The famous Topkapi Palace. Did I like it? Well, this video is about 4 things I liked and didn't like about the Topkapi Palace. And I'm going to show you also the holy relics filmed with my hidden camera. Last week I decided to visit the Topkapi Palace, which I lastly visited 10 years ago. It has really been a long time, and while not so many tourists are in town, why not see it again? And see what has been restored, as this is actually the most famous place to visit in Istanbul. So here I am. And after having visited the Topkapi Palace, I must say that I was disappointed. And instead of naming the video the fabulous Topkapi Palace, I decided to name it the Topkapi Palace and 4 things I liked and did not like. Meanwhile, I secretly recorded all the relics which were displayed, as taking pictures and filming any displayed relics, and I don't only mean the holy relics, but also watches, weapons and all, the throne room itself was forbidden. So I secretly started my GoPro on my shoulder, so please forgive the quality as I tried to correct these as much as I could in post-production. Let's start with something positive, which is the garden of the Topkapi Palace itself. It is really a great garden with its big, majestic trees and its beautiful maintained flowers. Even while walking through the garden of the palace, the gardeners were constantly working on cleaning the leaves and planting new flowers. It's really a great place to take a rest and just relax. Well, the restorations are really annoying, and everywhere. I can understand that this place needs restoration, but this is constantly ongoing. The last time I visited this place was 10 years ago, and I must say that they still restore the same places, and now even more places, which turns this place into a construction area. And this is really annoying, as I said. Seems like they have done nothing, and the constructions take forever. The government finds money for every construction which they can sell, but for history and culture, there's somehow no money left over, which is really a pity.
You were the ocean the night I was stranded at sea. You filled my lungs and you drowned all the monsters in me.
The most impressive Ottoman architecture is, to my perspective, the ceilings. And the palace is no different. It is really a good example of ceiling architecture. You need to constantly look up to appreciate this beautiful piece of architectural art. They are impressive with complex motifs and beautiful colors. And by the way, also the tiles are really impressive. Also, the nice colored windows have a different touch to the rooms and how the light falls into it. This is really, really nice, I must say. But what was disappointing was that this palace is not really that big. And I would say that you would see everything in about 1.5 to 2 hours, where other European palaces or museums would probably take days to finish. If you think of the whole impressiveness of how big the Ottoman Empire was, then this palace seems just to be like a small summer residence in comparison among its kinds.
You were the ocean that drowned all the monsters in me. The monsters in me.
Well, what really pissed me off was that you have to pay for every additional place extra. Even if you have the museum card, you need to pay for each the Ayarini and the Harem 35 Turkish liras, which means the museum card included 160 Turkish TL, and this for a Turkish citizen. And this is really too much. Too much for what you actually see. The Ayarini is basically an empty building, and the Harem, well, what you can see, except of some rooms, is like a prison, and I can imagine that the people wanting to escape from here. And for the Treasury, unfortunately, not much was to see, as all the Treasury rooms were closed at the moment.
Broke your way into that graveyard, woke me up, gave me a new heart, taught me how to love, and now I can see. You were the ocean that drowned all the monsters in me. The monsters in me.
But to say in the defense of the Ayarini, it has a great acoustic, and the concerts in the evening are really something you should experience. I was really lucky to get tickets for a Royal Midon concert, and it was fabulous, I must say. This was a few years ago, but you can enjoy actually the recordings of it. And for the Harem, the throne room and a few other rooms were really magnificent, and really the only places to worth seeing in the Harem actually. The other places, well, you should see for yourself. Now coming to the relics and the treasury. First I must say that I was really upset when I learned that it is forbidden to film and take photos of these. All the weapons, pictures, watches, holy relics and some rooms in the harems. By the way, that was really all you can see there. Only a small room of weapons, even a smaller room of watches and clocks, and the paintings of the sultans. Well, I was not here to see the paintings of the sultans. I was no more after the treasury, and that was closed. By the way, the famous Ottoman dagger and the Kaşıkçı diamond were presented in the same room as the weapons, which made no sense at all. Ah yes, and these recordings are from my GoPro mounted on my shoulder. So sorry about that.
Not to break. Sometimes the ghost of my past, well, he keeps me up late. 'Cause Frankenstein looks like a baby compared to my brain. But always I'll have you beside me to keep me at bay. You're my treasure, don't know how I found you, don't know what I'd do without you. You were the ocean the night I was stranded at sea. You filled my lungs and you drowned all the monsters in me. Oh, oh. Broke your way into that graveyard, woke me up, gave me a new heart, taught me how to love, and now I can see. You were the ocean that drowned all the monsters in me.
Okay, lastly I finished with the last thing I really liked. The view to Istanbul from this location is just magnificent. You can see really all of the Bosphorus throughout actually. And I was lucky that the day was also great, so you could see basically everything. So it was really great. So for me this visit was a little disappointment, I must say, as it was more like a big villa from a very rich man from that times, not from a sultan, I must say. Many places were under restoration, and seeing the treasuries was also not possible. I think you should definitely come with a guide, so that you can at least hear the whole history and the stories of this palace. So if you come to Istanbul, you need to see the palace anyway. And by then, I hope they will have finished all restorations, so that you can check this palace from your bucket list with ease of mind. Stay safe and healthy!